Hi Taurus, thanks for joining me and welcome to your Oracle guidance reading for the 22nd of April. Now, the three cards that have come forward for you are the Two of Swords, King of Wands and the Tower card. Now, with the Two of Swords here, do you have a decision that you have to make? One that you really have to dig down deep to get to the root of what the decision is, because this is a decision that has to involve your heart. It has to involve the real crux of whatever the problem is. And you have to make a decision on which path you're going to take from here. Now, it's a difficult thing to do because you're having to search your inner feelings, your inner needs. So there could be a challenge in coming out with the answer to whatever this question is. And the next card you have here is the King of Wands. Now, this card is about having determination, having a vision of what you want to happen. And it's not something that you can turn around in a day. This is a long-term vision, one that is quite pure, it's quite idealistic, but you have the energy behind you to make it happen. It's not going to be easy. There are going to be challenges along the way. There are times where you may have to stand up for yourself for what you believe in. And you may even have to fight to maintain the path that you're on. And then we have the Tower card here. Has what you've built in the past crumbling about you? Are the foundations beginning to shake, to crumble? Has the world that you've built around you, all of the structures, beginning to become a little bit uneven, a little bit temperamental? And it could be that with these structures that you have in place, when they begin to crumble, there are going to be really challenging times. There are going to be long-term effects because life will never be the same with the changes that are made here. And it could be that it's as simple as a change in direction. It could be a change of where you live. It could be a change within yourself of what you want in your life. And once these changes, however long they take, however difficult the challenges that you have to go through are, then you can begin to rebuild and restore yourself, forgetting about the past structures and looking at what you need now and what you want now. Because this is a time to restore you, to look at life in a path that you really want. Now let's look at these three cards together. There is a choice here that is very personal to you, that you have to, to make the decision with your heart. And it's a difficult choice to make. But once you've made this decision and chosen this path, then you have a long-term goal that you want to accomplish. It may be incremental achievements, it may be small steps, but every step forward you take is one step closer to your actual goal. And the whole reading is peppered with difficulty and challenges. But you have the strength within you to get through any challenges that are there. You have the energy within you to fight for what you truly believe in and for what you believe is the right thing to do. And even though when we go towards the tower at the end here, you are moving towards a whole new lifestyle, a whole new group of friends, a whole new job, a whole change within yourself of how you view things. But once that you have made this long-term decision with the King of Wands here and are working towards it, the old structures don't hold water anymore. And it's time for a new way of working. All right, I'm going to leave that oracle guidance there, and I'll see you in a moment for your love focus. All right then, let's jump back in and we'll go through these cards again with the view from love. Let's go back to the Two of Swords here. Now, are you not sure how you got to the place that you're in? And that you're having to try to figure out how you got there, why you got there. And you know that a decision is being made, but it's a confusing time because things are different from what they were at the very beginning of your relationship. At the beginning, things were hot and heavy, and it felt as though it was something that was going to, take steps forward. But there seems to have been emotions or love offered, and this being the process of it being rejected. Now, is it because the person's emotionally unavailable? Or is it because they're avoiding the situation for some reason? Whichever one it is, there is now a coolness and a distance there that wasn't there before, and you cannot fathom why it's happened. Now, are you maybe feeling that, your love, your interest did burn hot and heavy? And did that create a panic? Now, I haven't actually said who I'm talking about here because this could be you or it could be the other person. There is something here that has thrown you into a panic and is making you withdraw, question your heart. Let's move on to the next card here, and we've got the King of Wands. Now, the love interest here is someone who's pretty grounded, someone who's confident, and they are emotionally available, and they're virile, and they're interested, and they're grown up, and they have their own life. They don't, excuse me, they don't have the need to be around you and invested in you in every moment. This is more like a grown up relationship. And they're warm and they're mature, and they seem to be the perfect person for you. Let's move on to the Tower now. And this is about things breaking down. But the thing is this card is telling me that this may not be about you. This breakdown is coming from out with your relationship. Is it possible that your love interest is having pressure put on them? Or is someone putting pressure onto you to cool this relationship, to put distance between you? And this pressure, all of these outside influences, are what's making the cracks begin to show in your relationship. But the thing is that when these foundations are beginning to crumble, you begin to realise what it is that's going on. And it could be that you even come to a deeper understanding of why it's going on. And once that you have come to this realisation of what is the best outcome here, then you can begin to build yourself back up, your relationships back up, and begin a new future, a new chapter. Now, let's go back and go over these cards together. The love interest that you had, that you thought had legs, is one that either you have pulled back from or they have. And I think it's more because they are trying to avoid spending time with you. It's not because they don't like you, because they obviously do, but there has been outside pressures here that have influenced your relationship. And that has been the death knell of your relationship. So this doesn't have anything to do with your connection, your love between yourselves. Because I feel that this person, whoever it may be, is a grounded, confident, warm and loving person. And it's taken some influence for the coolness and the distance between you to arise. But it does look as though that now is not the time for this dalliance, because the other influences are determined to stamp it out. But with this time, with this love and this moment being ended, it's a time of fresh beginnings, of understanding yourself and maybe the other person a little bit more. And that life and love experience will stand you in good stead for the future. It'll help you to understand what you need and what you want, and help you to grow into this independent, confident person. All right, pardon me. I'm going to leave that reading there. And I'm sorry, I seem to be bumping the table quite a lot today. So hopefully things have came forward for you and you've not been too distracted. All right, let's move on to the oracle reading for what you need to help you heal. All right, back in a moment. All right then, let's have a look at the healing oracle guidance here and the wisdom that has come forward for you. Now, the card that's been drawn for you is Have Faith. Now, is there something that you know in your heart that you believe in, but it's something that people round about you may ridicule? It's something that you can't prove, something you can't evidence, but that doesn't make it any less valid because this is something you believe in. Now, what this card is asking you is that you look at the bigger picture. You look at the reasons why you want to do something, why you believe in something. Focus on the dreams that you have, the feelings, how you approach things, what's your attitude towards it, and what your desires are. Because if you get caught up in how you're going to do something, in producing tick lists of things that have to be accomplished, of how you're going to make it happen, how you're going to implement it. And all of those things could just throw up so many doubts, so many limitations of what you're capable of. And when you've got a big long list of things that need to be done, it can be quite intimidating. And make you step back. But if you focus on why you want to do something, what the reason is, what the desire is, what it is that you want to accomplish, then the how you're going to do it will come to you. It'll present itself in some way, because if you decide that you want to do something or you want to believe in something, then how you get to your end desire, your end goal, is something that you will have faith in. Think positively, and the answers will come to you. Because having faith is about knowing everything is going to work out. No matter what it looks like at the minute, you have faith that things will work out for the best. And that's the message that This card is trying to pass on to you is to have faith. You don't know the fuller picture. You don't know what everyone's tick lists are, what everyone else wants to achieve. Focus on what you believe in, what your desires are, and the answers will come to you. All right, now please take care, and I'll be back soon with your life reading. Bye.